Hey everyone, welcome back to Car Flash, the place where you don't get dealership rehearsals, you don't get sugar-coated marketing talk, and you definitely don't get those same tired one-liners you've already heard 100 times before. Here, it's all about the real feel, the raw impressions, and what it's actually like to experience the cars that are shaping the next generation of driving. And today, we're taking a deep dive into one of the most practical, surprisingly premium, and family-friendly crossovers to come out of Japan at the 2026 Mitsubishi Xpander Cross. Exterior. Now, Mitsubishi has been trying to reinvent its image for a while, moving from being the rugged off-road brand we knew from the Pajero days to becoming a modern, urban-savvy automaker that blends utility with sophistication. The Xpander Cross is their attempt to bridge that gap. It's part MPV, part SUV, and all about versatility. So, let's break down what makes the 2026 model a solid contender in this increasingly competitive small crossover space. Starting with the exterior, this 2026 version immediately catches your eye with its fresh, more mature styling. The front end carries Mitsubishi's latest dynamic shield design language, but it's sharper now, more sculpted, and more confident than ever. The grille is a two-tiered structure with the bold blacked-out finish and a hint of brushed silver accents that make it look both rugged and classy. The headlights have been completely redesigned, now featuring sleeker LED units with integrated DRLs that sweep back into the fenders, giving the front a wider and more planted look. The bumper sits higher, with silver skid plates that give it a mild off-road vibe without overdoing it. You also get redesigned fog lamp housings and a stronger hood line, which helps it feel more like a proper crossover rather than just a lifted MPV. From the side, the Xpander Cross really shows its personality. The body lines are bold but clean, flowing smoothly from the headlights to the taillights. It rides on new 17-inch two-tone alloy wheels with a distinctive 5-spoke pattern that complements its adventurous stance. Ground clearance sits at an impressive 225 mm, higher than most competitors in this class, which makes it ready to handle rough roads, floods, or steep driveways without scrapping the underbody. The side mirrors now come with integrated turn signals and a slightly chunkier design for better aerodynamics. Silver roof rails, black cladding along the wheel arches, and chrome window lining add a sense of premium toughness. Even though the car isn't huge, Mitsubishi has managed to give it proportions that make it feel solid and substantial from every angle. Move around to the back and you'll notice Mitsubishi's continued focus on creating a bold presence. The tailgate has a wider glass area for improved visibility, and the taillights now come with a T-shaped LED signature that looks modern and distinctive, especially at night. The bumper design mirrors the front, chunky, with protective skid plating and silver trim. A roof spoiler and a slightly reshaped rear window give it that sporty edge. Even small touches like the revised Xpander Cross badge and black trim along the bottom add a touch of refinement. Overall, the 2026 Xpander Cross feels less like a people carrier and more like a stylish urban explorer. Interior. Now stepping inside, this is where Mitsubishi has made the biggest strides. The interior of the 2026 Xpander Cross feels a lot more upmarket than you'd expect in this category. The dashboard layout is clean and horizontal, creating a sense of space. Soft-touch materials cover most of the upper panels, while the stitching pattern across the dash and doors adds a premium flair. The steering wheel is borrowed from higher-end Mitsubishi models, flat-bottomed, leather-wrapped, and equipped with multi-function controls. Right behind it sits a new 8-inch digital instrument cluster that displays crisp graphics for speed, fuel economy, and driver assists. At the center, you get a 9-inch touchscreen infotainment system that supports both Android Auto and Apple CarPlay, now wireless in this 2026 model. The interface is snappy, intuitive, and finally feels modern enough to compete with the latest rivals. Below that, the automatic climate control system features physical toggle switches, a small but appreciated touch for drivers who prefer tactile feedback. The seats are one of the standout points here. They're wrapped in a mix of leather and fabric with contrast stitching, and the cushioning has been improved for long drives. The driver's seat now has height adjustment, and the overall ergonomics feel more natural. As for space, the Xpander Cross still retains its strong point A versatility. The second row seats slide and recline, and the third row, while not ideal for adults on long trips, can comfortably fit kids or shorter passengers for short journeys. Fold both rows flat, and you've got one of the largest cargo spaces in its Class A, enough to haul everything from luggage to bicycles. Mitsubishi also added more storage cubbies, USB-C ports for all three rows, and better sound insulation, making the cabin quieter even on rough terrain. When it comes to performance, Mitsubishi keeps things practical and familiar. Under the hood, you'll find a 1.5-liter four-cylinder Mavic petrol engine producing around 105 horsepower and 141 Nm of torque. It's not a rocket by any means, but it's tuned for reliability and smoothness rather than speed. The engine pairs with a CVT transmission that mimics stepped gears for a more natural feel when accelerating. The front-wheel drive setup ensures good efficiency, while the suspension has been tweaked with a higher damping rate to improve stability on uneven roads. The steering is light but precise, making city driving effortless, and it's stable enough on the highway. Where the Xpander Cross shines is its comfort and composure. The suspension setup, a now co-developed with engineers from the Pajero Sport team, does a brilliant job absorbing bumps and potholes. Whether you're driving through the city or heading into the hills, the car stays calm and predictable. Braking performance has also improved, and Mitsubishi's new traction and stability control systems keep it composed even in wet or gravel conditions. There's also hill start assist, cruise control, and parking sensors with a rear-view camera for added convenience. In terms of fuel economy, expect around 16 kilometers per liter, depending on driving style and road conditions, which puts it right in line with other small crossovers. It's not a hybrid yet, but Mitsubishi is reportedly exploring a mild hybrid system for future models, which could make it even more efficient. Now, let's talk pricing. The 2026 Mitsubishi Xpander Cross starts around $22,000 to $25,000, depending on the market and trim. In countries like Indonesia, the Philippines, and Thailand, its main markets, say it's priced competitively against the Toyota Rush, Honda BR-V, and Suzuki XL7. For the features, space, and overall refinement you get, the Xpander Cross feels like excellent value. You're not paying for flashy performance or overhyped badges, you're paying for solid reliability, comfort, and usability. So, after spending time with the 2026 Xpander Cross, here's the takeaway: it's not trying to be a full-blown SUV, and it's not pretending to be something it's not. Instead, it sits perfectly in the middle, a car for families who want style without sacrificing practicality, for city drivers who need flexibility but crave that rugged look. The upgrades in design, comfort, and technology all show Mitsubishi's renewed attention to detail and user experience. It's proof that sometimes evolution is better than revolution. If you're in the market for something reliable, family-friendly, and modern, with a little bit of adventure in its DNA, the 2026 Mitsubishi Xpander Cross deserves a serious look. It's not just a car that gets you from A to B, it's one that makes every trip feel composed, connected, and capable. That wraps up today's review here on Car Flash. If you enjoyed this breakdown and want more real, unfiltered reviews and no fluff, no sales pitch, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss our next deep dive into the latest rides. Drop your thoughts below. Would you pick the Xpander Cross over its rivals like the BR-V or Rush? I want to hear your take. Thanks for watching, and as always, stay sharp, stay passionate, and I'll see you in the next one, only on Car Flash.